Children, today we are starting with question number 5 of exercise 11.0. Yesterday we did fourth one, right? The veranda one. Now, a path 1 meter wide is built along the border and inside the square garden. So, let's make the square garden. This is the square garden. Now, a path is made. Path which is used for walking, okay, so for going somewhere. So it is constructed and it is of 1 meter width, okay. And children, this is constructed inside the garden. Inside the garden means here, in the garden, like this, and everywhere its width is how much? 1 meters. That means this is 1 meters, this distance is 1 meters, this distance is 1 meters, and this distance is also 1 meters. Okay, now this much we have understood. And the garden is a square garden and its each side is 30 meters. Its each side is 30 meters. Okay. So each side is 30 meters. We have to find the area of path, and also there is a second part for the question. So first thing, we need to find the area of the path. That means we need to find this area. Got it, children? So for finding out this area, if we remove this area, we will come to know this area. That means we need to find the total area of the garden. Yes, and then we need to find the inner area of the new square. The area of the new square which is formed when the path is constructed. Okay. So this is also a square. Okay. So now we need to know its length. Each side, very simple. This much is 30. This much is 1. This much is 1. So how much this will be? This will be 30 minus 1 from here and minus 1 from here. That is 30 minus 2. Yes. So that is equal to 28. So the new square which is formed when the path is constructed has each side equal to 28 meters. Okay, children? Got it? So now what to do? We will find the area of the garden. Then we will find the area of the garden removing the path. Okay, the width of the path. Got it? So let's start. So first we will find the area of the garden. So what is given? That we will write. What is given? 30 meters is given. Okay. So let's write. What is this 30 meter? Each side of the square. So here what we will write? Square garden. Each side of the square garden, each you're right, children, I'm so sorry, of the square garden is equal to 30 meters. Now we have to find the area. So area of square garden. So it will be side into side, that is 30 meters into 30 meters, which is equal to 3 threes gives us 9, and how many zeros? 2 zeros, and meter meter square. Okay children? So, this is the area of the square garden. Okay, now we have to find the area of the square garden removing the path. Right? So, now we will write each side of the square garden excluding the path. Up till now, the questions that which we were getting in this exercise mostly where the paths were constructed outside. So, we were including the paths to find the area of the new rectangle which was formed or the new square which was formed, right? But here the path has to be constructed inside. That means we cannot include the path now. Okay, because we have already found the total area. We have already found the total area. So, we cannot include this path. We need to exclude the path. So, now what we will write? We will write the area, we will find the area of the garden excluding the path. Okay. So, we write each side of the path of the garden excluding the path which is equal to the length of the side of the garden. Yes, the length of the side of the garden, removing the path from this side, the width of the path from this side and the width of the path from that side, that is minus width of the path from both sides. So here you can write that children. Length of the garden minus width of the path on both sides, which is equal to length of the garden is how much? 30 meters minus width of the path on both sides, that is 1 meters from here and 1 meter from there, that is 1 plus 1, which is equal to 30 minus 2, which is equal to 28 meters. Now we will find the area of this. Okay, so directly writing area is equal to side into side, because each side is 28 centimeters, so again it's a square only. So area is equal to side into side, which is equal to 28 meters into 28 meters. Sorry children, this is not square. Now we will multiply 28 into 28. So we will do it at the side. 8 8s gives us 64. 8 2s are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Then 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 5. This gives us 4, 8 and 7. So it is 784 meter square. Now we have to find what? We have to find the area of the path. So to find the area of the path children, we will remove the area of the inner garden, yes, from the total area of the garden. Okay, so let's write that. I will have to erase. So now we will write we have to find the area of the path. Area of path the path. Area of garden excluding the path. Children, excluding is the opposite of including. Yes, I know, we all know, but it is always good to revise. So 784, sorry, 900 meters square. Sorry, children, 900 meters square minus 784 meter square. Then we subtract the two, that is 900 minus 784. So it is 116 meter square. Okay, children, this is the first part of the question. There is a second part of the question also, which is asking us the cost of planting grass in the remaining portion of the garden at the rate of rupees 40 per meter square. So they are thinking, the question is wanting to plant the grass in the remaining portion of the garden. Remaining portion of the garden means this was a square garden. Wait. Okay, please assume it's a square. Okay, this was our square garden. 1 minute, children. Here, this was a square garden where we constructed the path inside here, and now we want to plant the grass. So obviously we will not plant the grass on the path because path is used for walking. So we are planting the grass here. The inner square. Okay, so that means we need to find out the cost of planting the grass in the remaining portion of the garden where the path is not constructed. Where the path is not constructed, in this area, right? In this area the path is not constructed. The path is excluded here. So here we will find, now we will find the cost of planting the grass. So let's write what is given about the grass. Let's start. The cost of planting grass in the remaining portion of the garden at the rate of rupees 40 per meter square. So per meter square means 1 meter square. Okay, so the cost of planting the grass in 1 meter square area is how much? Rupees 40. And now we have to find the cost of planting the grass in the inner area, that is 784 meters. Yes, for 1 meter is given and for 784 meters is asked. That means 1 is given, many is asked. That means we will have to multiply. So here we will multiply rupees 40 by 784. So let's do it. So now we write, instead of 1 meters, now we will write 784 meters square. So cost of planting the grass in of area is equal to rupees. Now I'll put it little down, children. Rupees 40 into 784. So 4 4s are 16. 4 8s are 32, 33. 4 7s are 28, 20, 30, 31. rupees 31,360. Children, that is a comma which is in between 1 and 3. Okay. So this completes question number 5. Now we go to the next part, next question, that is question number 6. These questions are little bigger, little lengthy, but they are very interesting, right? Question number 6. Something in hectares we have to do. Okay. Two crossroads. Crossroads, two roads which cross one another. Okay. The best example, the Sadar square. Okay. And here this Penti Naka which we say, no, it has crossroads. Huh? The one road from our school, it goes that side, and one from the Sadar Bazaar, it goes towards the Aloysius school, right? So that is a crossroad, okay, when the roads cross one another. So two crossroads, each of width 10 meters, okay, their width is 10 meters, cut at right angles. That means they are forming right angles through the center of a rectangular park, of length 700 meters and breadth 300 meters, and are parallel to its sides. Find the area of the roads. We have to find the area of the roads and also find the area of the park excluding the crossroads, and give the answers in hectares. So we have to do 3 things, children. Okay, first we have to find the area of the road, then we have to find the area of the park. That means we will remove the area of the road from the total area of the park. Okay, and then we have to convert everything in hectares. Give the answers in hectares. So let's start. First and foremost, we make a rectangular park. Here, you can see this is a rectangular park which has 2 crossroads. And length and breadth of the park is given 700 meters and 300 meters. So this is 700 meters and this is 300 meters. Okay, children? And we have 2 crossroads, each of 10 meters width. So this is 10 meters and this is 10 meters. So we have to find the area of this portion and this portion. So children, if you see, this part is taken twice, right? So when we are finding the area of the 2 roads, in one of the roads we remove this portion as saying that it's a common portion. Now, when you distribute chocolates or anything in your class, okay, not anything, we'll talk about the chocolates. When it's your birthday and you distribute chocolates in your class. Now what happens, you start with one side, from one corner, from one row, and you start giving the chocolates to one friend like this. Distribute. What happens, one of your friends sits in that corner. Okay, after a while she gets up and she comes here and she sits here. Okay, and then you distribute one of your classmates. Okay, she comes from row A, she comes and sits in row D. Now you finish off A, then you finish off B, then you finish off C, and when you come to row D, then what happens? the same child, do you give the chocolate once again to her? No, you don't give, or if you give also courtesy, she will say no, I have already got. Yes, that means you don't include her. Yes, right? So here also, when we are finding out the area of this path, okay, this rectangle, it is in the form of a rectangle, okay, and then when we are finding the area of this rectangle, this portion is coming once again, it's repeated. It's repeated how? When we are doing this, we have already found the area of this, right? So this is a repeated portion when we are finding the area of this road. So what do? We remove the repeated portion of the road. Okay. For that we need to know the dimensions of it. Dimensions. How to know the dimensions? Now this is 10. So this is also 10. This is also 10. This is 10. So this is also 10. And this is also, generally it's a square, right? So first we find the area of this, then we find the area of this, and from this we remove this part, okay, which we have already found. Now for that we need to know the dimensions of the road also. So this is parallel to 700 meters, right? So it is what? 700 meters, okay. Now if we talk about this road, this side is parallel to this side, correct? So if this is 30, this is also 30. So we found this, that is it's 30, this is 70. Now they are in the form of rectangles, so it is very simple for us to find the area of the rectangles, okay. So actually you see we have three rectangles, this rectangle, the unshaded rectangle, then this one and this one, the horizontal and the vertical. So let's start. Length of the road. First we find the area of the road. Breadth of the road. Area of the road. Seven threes are 21, okay, and how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. Meter into meter gives us meter square. So this is the area of the road. Now we have to find this area of this road and area of this road, okay. So let's start. For that we need to know the length and breadth. So we write the length of the road parallel to, now this length is parallel to whom? To the length of the garden. So we write that parallel to length of garden, which is equal to how much? 700. 300. This is how much? 700 meters. And width, breadth, which is already given, is given how much? 10 meters. So the area, length into breadth, which is equal to 700 meters into 10 meters, which gives us 7,000 meter square. This is the area of this road, okay. If you want, you can make the diagram here also. We found this area. This was 700, so this was 700. the diagram once again. This is 300 and now we have to find this. This is 10. So this is 300, so this is also 300. So now we have to find the area of this road, that is this rectangle. Here children, I was talking about this. This is parallel, this side is parallel to this side, so this is 300, so this is also 300 and this is 10, so we have to find the area of this rectangle now. So, let's write. Length of the side of road parallel to, this time it is parallel to the breadth of the road. So we write that parallel